Hello, my friends. And we are here, we are live, and I'm so thrilled that you are spending this time with me. I know there is so much content out there in the internet, so I really cherish our time together. Today, we are talking about the 5 reasons why your retreat isn't selling and how to fix it. This is also the topic for my blog post. If you haven't checked that up yet, you can find a link with access to this blog post in the description of this video, in the description of this live. And really, in this blog post, I wanted to touch upon this subject of retreats because, as you know, as you might know by now, this is one of my favorite topics. And so perhaps you have poured your heart and soul into creating a transformational retreats with all that it takes. So negotiating with your venue, doing all of the marketing research, doing all of the content, creating the schedule, negotiating the price, etc. Only you know the work that's behind planning and organizing a retreat. And so after all of this work, perhaps you might find out that you are not getting the bookings that you were hoping for. I know how frustrating this can be, and I know how this can get you to have feelings of insecurities, sometimes even questioning your path and your decisions. Perhaps you find yourself thinking, oh, wow, is it a good decision that I decided to put all of this work in a retreat and then just to find out that this is not selling? I know this situation can be it can make you feel very frustrated, sometimes also worry because you are not reaching those numbers you were hoping for. If you pay a deposit to your venue, you may, on the top of all of that situation that you might not be getting bookings, you may need to cancel your retreat as well, which implies that you may have to lose your deposit with your venue. And I know how that can feel. So if this is you, if this is your case, this is the video for you, okay? I want you to pay close attention because I'm gonna give you the 5 reasons why your retreat isn't selling and how to fix that. If we haven't met yet, I am Manu. I am your Yoga Biz mentor. I work for yoga, wellness professionals, and retreat leaders. And I help you up leveling your business, your marketing, and your retreat game so that you can embrace that powerful and that fearless entrepreneur. All right. And so without further ado, let's dive into the first reason for today's topic. And the reason number 1 that your retreat isn't selling, it's because you are trying to reach everyone. Yes, my friend, I have been saying this again and again. If you have been part of this community, if you have been watching my content in Facebook, on Instagram, I am always an advocate for focusing on one single niche. Why so? Because this is going to make your marketing and your offerings much more easier for you to handle all of that marketing and all of those services, but also for your ideal student or client to connect with your offerings and your marketing and to purchase from you. Okay? We are doing retreats because it's something that we really love. It comes from our heart. It's our passion to lead people. It's our passion to spread yoga and wellness. But of course, my friend, to make it sustainable, we need to have a revenue. So we need to sell. Now, one thing within this point, with point number 1, I want you to understand is that this is a truth bomb, okay? And I want you to face that your retreat, it's not the perfect fit for everyone in the internet looking for a transformative experience. There are so many retreats out there, there are so many transformative experiences, and your retreat, and there is so many people as well, there are so many people as well looking for retreats, but your retreat, it's not the answer or it's not the solution for every person in the internet. So in order to fix this problem, I'm talking about the problems, but I'm also bringing you some solutions so that we are a little bit proactive in this approach. So the answer to this problem, it actually comes through a question. It's a very important question that you should ask yourself at the beginning. Even before you start planning your retreat, you should ask yourself, who is this retreat for? Yes, my friend, you got this. Your retreat, it's not for everyone. It's for your niche. It's for the group of people that you decide this retreat it's for. All right. I hope that is clear, because this is something I've been talking a lot about, and if you have any questions about that, just let me know, and I can point you to some other resources for you to get deeper into this knowledge about finding your niche and connecting with your ideal client. All right, let's go to reason number 2. And reason number 2, your retreat isn't selling, is that you are engaged in a price competition. Yes. And again, this is something that I don't recommend at all. By the way, if you are watching this video, if you are here joining me during the live, or even if you are watching the recording afterwards, please feel free to leave any comments, any questions you may have, drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to come back to you if there is something that you don't understand. Now, let's get back to this reason number 2. And this reason number 2, as you can see, I'm becoming like on fire, okay? Because I've seen this again and again. Retreat leaders, they organize a retreat, and they realize, as soon as they realize, or even before they realize their retreat is not selling, one thing they would do is that they probably would do a market research on the internet and see how much it's the average price for retreats. But of course, you have so many different prices for retreats. I've seen in the internet retreats from 250 euro for 4 nights, which is crazy. I think it's too low. And I have even seen retreats for over 6,000 euro for 6 nights. Okay. There is a huge difference between the pricing, and the difference here, the difference between a retreat with a low price and retreat and a high price, the main difference is the value, the transformative value that these retreats provide. Probably a cheap retreat, it's not going to create that space, it's not going to create that container where real transformation happens. Okay? So instead of bringing your price for your retreat down, here's the solution. Okay? Let's focus on the solution. This is the problem, the solution. Instead of bringing that price down, which, by the way, this will compromise your revenue, because remember, your price, your revenue as the retreat leader, it's in the price. It's included in the total price of the retreat. So if you decrease the price of your retreat, your revenue is going to be compromised. So instead of decreasing that revenue, what I would recommend you to do is to add value to your retreat. Okay, you want to make your retreat experience a top experience. You want to create a container for real transformation for one specific target audience, for one specific target niche. Create that transformation, create that container, and show all the value behind that program. Okay, that is going to allow you to keep your price higher. Okay, so again, please don't get into the price competition, just trying to keep your retreat into like a kind of a low quality retreat and just try to compete with other retreats out there in the internet, because that is gonna make it so hard for you to sell. All right. I hope this is clear, my friends, and let's move on to point number 3. All right. And point number 3, your retreat isn't selling, is that the reason is because you are posting without intention and focusing solely on your retreat. Yes, you've heard that. I've seen that many times. And honestly, this is something that, if this is your case, if you do have social media channels and you haven't been posting some type of content that has been adding some value to people who might be interested into your retreat, the last thing that I would recommend to you is to start posting promotional material. So what happened here is that often we get to promote something on the internet, we craft our wonderful retreat package, and after not posting consistently in the internet, building some kind of storytelling behind our retreat, behind our plan, suddenly we might come up and then do some posts on social media here and there talking about your retreat, and you may notice that people don't like, people don't comment, people don't even see. Okay, and there are probably many reasons for that. One reason might be the algorithms of social media. As soon as they understand that you are trying to sell something, they're going to try to hide your post in a way. But it's not only that. The other thing is that if you haven't been providing value to your community, how can you expect your community to show interest for your retreat? Okay, I have heard this metaphor again and again, and I'm gonna say this to you in case you never heard before. But in the same way you would never ask someone to go to bed with you on the first moment you met that person, in that same way, you also would not try to sell a high ticket program like your retreat to strangers in the internet. So what's the thing? How can we fix this problem? The solution to this problem is to start nurturing your audience right now. So if you haven't done that yet, and perhaps if you have an upcoming retreat within the next 6, 9 months, 1 year, what I would recommend right now is that you already start posting some content that will provide value to your target audience. Tell them something that probably it's going to be also related to your retreat, so that people start getting familiar, but also that your people are getting something from that content. Okay, and then eventually, slowly, we can also start promoting our retreat, and that will generate more interest, and it will help your retreat to, it will help selling your retreat. All right, again, let me know if you have any questions. Let's go to point number 4. And the reason number 4, your retreat isn't selling, it's that you are lacking a direct communication channel with your potential clients. This is a mistake that I've seen many times amongst retreat leaders, and this mistake is that we get to promote our retreat on social media, or we get to promote our retreat in the marketing websites like Book Yoga Retreats, or sometimes we get to rely on the venue's website, hoping that someone will see our retreat and they will book. Okay? The problem with all of this is that those platforms, they are not a direct communication channel with our clients. Okay? When we cultivate a relationship with someone, let's say when we cultivate a virtual relationship with someone, it is important that we communicate with that person on a consistent basis. That could be weekly, that could be monthly. You set up the pace. But it is really important, first of all, that anyone who show interest in your retreat, you capture them. And when I say capture them, what you're looking for is their name and their email address. Okay? Once you have that, you can have a more direct communication channel with those people. The best tool that I use for this, and if you are part of my email list, you might have noticed that I use ConvertKit, and it's a tool that I always recommend. And in my blog posts, which, as I say, you have the links in the description of this video, you have links to access to a 1,000 subscribers account for free. And really, email marketing, it's what is going to really have that direct communication with your potential clients, and eventually what it's going to help you sell your retreat. So this is the solution. The solution is to create an email list, to bring your existing emails and names there, and to create a freebie or something, a piece of content, a freebie or a lead magnet that people that can be your potential clients will find of value and interest. You can create a freebie, you can share it in your social media, in the internet. All of that you can do with ConvertKit. Okay? And so what's going to happen is that if someone gets into your email list, it's going to be a more direct communication. You're going to be in more direct communication with them than social media, which, as you know, they are always changing, and the algorithm and stuff. And especially, as I said before, if you're trying to sell something, forget about that. Okay? By the way, I take this opportunity also to invite you to join my email list. All you can do is to just sign up. In my blog post, you will see that there are some sign up forms for joining some of my free sessions, and that will give you access to my newsletter, and I'll be communicating with you on a weekly basis. All right, my friend, and finally, let's go to the final reason, the fifth reason why your retreat isn't selling. And this is that you are going with the flow. And trust me, I feel you. I feel you. I know, because I'm like you. We are free-spirited people. We love freedom. We love life in our terms, and we love doing things as we please. But trust me when I say that going with the flow mentality when it comes to planning, organizing, and selling your retreat that going with the flow mentality, it is not going to help you. Planning, marketing, and selling a retreat requires a lot of work. Let's be honest, there are so many things behind that you need to do. And so if you don't organize your day, if you don't organize your week, if you don't organize your months, and you go with the flow, it's going to be really, really hard to really stick to strategic plan. We are yoga teachers, we are wellness professionals, but we are serious entrepreneurs and serious business owners. So please, this is super important. Ditch the go with the flow mentality and instead do a plan for the upcoming months, for the upcoming weeks. Maybe you don't have to do a plan for the whole year, but maybe start for the first few coming weeks. Do a plan on how are you going to promote your retreat and stick to the plan, my friend, because this is the only way you're going to be able to do the best out of marketing and selling your retreat. All right, so if you want to know more about, if you want to read, you have a lot of links and resources in my blog. You can find me at yogabizmentor.com. You have a little tab in my web that says blog, and you can find the blog post over there. This one in particular is yogabizmentor.com/why your retreat isn't selling, all separated by little lines, .com. Sorry, no, the .com was before. Never mind. Okay, so that's all that I wanted to share today with you. I hope this was helpful, and please let me know, as I say, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to support in any way that I can. And this is all for today. It was great to be here. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.